The Happy Welding Day by Tom Seast. Wedding Day. I had a wonderful and happy wedding day on May 6, 1989, or at least it was happy in my memories. We gathered together at the Oak Meadows Golf Course in Wooddale, Illinois, in a ballroom, and my wife and I exchanged cake, vows, and all that stuff. It was a cold, blustery, snowy day, as I recall, which seemed only fitting as we had decided on a May wedding to avoid the snow. We honeymooned in Hannibal, Missouri, where it also snowed in May. But this article isn't about my wedding day. It's about the Happy Welding Day, which is spelled in similar fashion, but is entirely different. The Welding Day. You see, my youngest son, Alex, who is artistically gifted, came to me yesterday and told me that he has an interest in learning to weld. While I'm not prone to weep openly, I was openly weeping on the inside for all to see. I was totally crying like a baby. For young Alex finally indicated a subject that he had interest in that I knew a little about. Or so I thought, but I forget. 1980. I had done a little welding at my high school shop clear back in 1980, and I really enjoyed it. But I knew that I had a little interest in it as a career. The subject of welding and connecting pieces of metal together was fascinating to me because I broke things all the time, but I also recognized that I didn't have the obsession with it that would make it a career choice. 1980 is a long way back in a tiny corner of my pea-sized brain, and I could not remember the types of welders, metals involved, etc., to speak intelligently on the subject. Write about it. Like everything else that I know a little bit about but not enough about, I decided to write about it. Writing provides a good excuse to attempt to revive your memories from your inner soul and study the topic with renewed vigor. And this led to my Happy Welding Day. What is welding? Welding is a process whereby two or more parts are fused together by means of heat, pressure, or both, forming a join as the parts cool. Welding is often used with metals, but can also be done with thermoplastics and wood. The completed welding joint usually has some form of pattern, looks similar to a scar on the human skin, and is often referred to as a weldment. A wedding is similar in that it brings two starkly different people together, and through the process of heating, cooling, and pressure, binds them into something that is one and stronger. Gas welding. My introduction to welding started with a gas torch, a mixture of acetylene and oxygen and flame, and I welded two pieces of carbon steel together. Or I think that is what I did. Gas welders aren't used as much anymore, but are very portable. This form of welding is also known as oxy-fuel welding, as oxygen can be combined with other gases to work better with various types of metal, heating requirements, etc. Stick or arc welding. My high school education included a brief introduction to stick or arc welding. Stick welding uses a stick electrode welding rod to generate the heat necessary to weld the pieces of metal together. This form of welding always reminded me of the handheld sparklers we used as fireworks as kids. TIG welding. TIG welding requires two hands and uses a rod and a torch to create heat in an arc, which can be used to weld aluminum, steel, nickel, copper alloys, titanium, and cobalt. This type of welding is quite versatile. Electron beam and laser welding. These beam-based welding techniques are very precise but require a large amount of electrical current. Many manufacturing firms use this form of welding in fabricating. Plasma arc welding. This method of arc welding uses a different type of electrode and ionizing gas and is used for precision welds in the aerospace industry, where the metals can often be quite thin, like me. Happy Welding Day! Ultimately, I don't care what type of welding or career Alex decides on for himself. Like all my other boys, I just want him to be happy and enjoy what he is doing throughout the day. And I was just happy to have another Happy Welding Day. Me. My wife and I continue to be happily married after 30 plus years, and I suppose it is the heat and pressure that welds us together. In any case, I hope my story helps you in case you have an interest in welding as I did. If I can help you in any way, please let me know. If you like my writing or my reading, follow my random diverse ramblings online at the links listed below.